I'm about to start the first episode of Turner and Hooch. Hopefully, this new series is good.
Gotta go. Keep up the good work, little guy.
He's talking to a Roomba.
Got it? So I'm lower than the baby? Now you're getting it. That's good to know.
Huh. Wow.
What's Martians? Put your head!
Oh, wow, he's good. Oh, okay, never mind. Ah, nice. Alright.
Wine shark guy.
Cool name.
This is Agent Long with the FBI.
FBI.
On my bodyguards? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, bigger?
Say the word, I'll set you up. I got cousins.
Yeah, I've met your cousins. They're lovely. Maybe after I make chief. Thank you. Let's never talk about it again, okay?
Good idea.
Scotty, hello.
And there is Hooch.
Mom called him the fountain of spit.
I left you alone for 30 seconds.
That's a mess.
You should have broken up. We're incredible together. You're bad. You're bad. You're bad.
Oh no. Oh, he's in. Oh. Oh. Man. Oh. Just a cat. Oh.
We'll talk about finding my client. Then we'll talk about the lawsuit I'm filing. And that is a health code violation.
Overreaction.
Mother left him to me. And if I give him away, my family will disown me. And I'm pretty sure Jessica will shoot me. Or worse.
Oh, what's worse than shooting you?
I'm sure she had some ideas. Yeah.
Usually in situations like this, it's less about the dog than the owner.
So it's my fault?
No. Maybe.
First sign of a sociopath? Distaste for dogs.
Dogs see what's there.
Slow down! Sorry.
At least the Marshal Service got that right.
What happened to you? You had it right before. Bad man. Bites. Got it?
I think you don't want a dog. There was a time I thought the same. But everything I care about in my life started with a dog. Your mom, your sister, and you. Thanks, Susan.
Yeah, they're getting along,
You
kinda.
don't love what's up with you and that lawyer. I mean, yesterday you wanted to eat the guy, and today he was less interesting than the office plan. Unless...
They could smell if we're sad or we're stressed. Not that you smell. You smell great.
Oh, that's
I'm sorry,
cool.
Michael, and I realized, what if he wasn't barking at the lawyer? What if he was barking at the FBI agent behind him?
What? Wow.
All I'm saying is that with the baby coming, maybe it's time to,
To what?
you know, enjoy some of these fine pork chops I prepared.
The pork chops. That's what you're about to say. Because you do know. Good job. Good job. I'm a deputy.
Very good. Oh.
Buddies. Just so you could rip them off.
Alright, they got.
What the hell was that?
Sounded like a noise.
Yeah, idiot. I got that far.
Oh, it's an all out. Oh, look at that doggo go.
Something.
Oh, man. Oh, look at that.
Hey, Turner.
Yes, indeed.
I want to start by saying, in the future, when I say you're off the case, you're off the case. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
That said, nice work. Got a call
Yeah,
from Marshal
exactly.
Superman, so-
Why don't you start with that?
You hear that, Hooch? You gotta pick up on signals, right? Gotta be aware of what's right in front of your face.
Yes.
What is it?
What is it?
All these files. I think Dad was working on a case before the heart attack. Something big.
Huh.
Dozens of police files on major criminals.
Drug dealers, organized crime.
Well, he was a cop.
Scott, all of this was hidden in the back of his closet.
I think he was onto something scary enough he didn't want to tell anyone.
Okay. We'll get out there as soon as we can.
Cool. So I just finished watching Turner and Hooch, episode 1. So now let's get into the review. Okay, so let's break this down. So it starts with Turner doing some police work, going after some like computer genius dude that eats red vines and stuff. So yeah, it starts out with that. I did like the vibe that they established at the start. Uh, Kind of this police cop vibe. Yeah, I like the action was pretty cool. I mean, nothing special, but it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. So, anyways, next big thing that happens is that Turner's or Scott's sister, or I believe it's his sister, comes with his deceased father's old dog, Hooch, who creates an absolute mess. And Scott really does not want a dog, so he's thinking of taking him to the dog pound. But his partner's like, no, they do terrible things at the dog pound. So Scott's partner tells Scott to go to this trainer person. So yeah, they talk a little bit. It is kind of obvious that this trainer person kind of has like a crush on Scott, and I think Scott also. So yeah, and they weren't really trying to hide it. They just kind of went for it. Like, this is what's happening. It was pretty obvious. Like, I could tell it was obvious. So anyways, she says some stuff about like later on in the episode, I think they go outside. She says some stuff about, okay, these behavior problems might be because of the owner, because of Scott, because the dogs, they can kind of sense humans' emotions. They see things as they are, which is pretty important for the episode later. Um, so Scott and his partner, they go to work, and they're put on this case about with this kind of masked gang. They get into kind of like and they have to go to this witness. They talk a little bit. The witness isn't impressed, and they stick with that until the end of the episode. The witness just stays super unimpressed, even as Scott and his partner is trying to save his life. I guess that's just his personality. So, anyways, yeah, they put him in a hotel. But later on, we have he got shot up. Eventually he's fine, but even later on in the episode, there's this car chase with this masked gang, and they go through the car chase, and Scott isn't able to catch the masked gang. He worked really hard. He made a huge mess. He ruined someone's car, flipped over he flipped over a shopping cart. In the end, he couldn't catch it. So, anyways, he goes back. His boss is unimpressed. There's this lawyer guy. Hooch was barking at the lawyer guy, and there was also this FBI person. We saw him earlier in the episode also. So yeah, there was this FBI person. All right, so next kind of important thing that happens is that Hooch sees the FBI person, I think the next day, and he doesn't bark at him. So now Turner is starting to kind of put together the pieces, and he sort of figures out that he thinks that the FBI person is actually the one behind these crimes. So they go to this abandoned warehouse and they find out that he actually is the one behind these crimes. Sort of developing that Hooch is a pretty good partner for Turner. He's very helpful. Um, yeah. So now they're kind of developing a bond with, kind of Turner being helpful, and also they read a letter from Scott read a letter from his dad that really impacted him, and kind of got him to be like more accepting of Turner. So anyways, they go into the warehouse. There's this big gunfight, and in the end, Turner is the one that saves the day, and the FBI guy gets caught. So then after that, Turner and Hooch, they go home, and like at the very end of the episode, Scott gets a call from his sister, and she talks about these files that she found while looking through their dad's old stuff, and she said that it was too scary to show anyone, so I think they're gonna go after that now, and that seems very interesting. So, okay. Overall, my thoughts on the first episode is that it was decent. I thought that Scott was a very likable character. All the characters, at least the main characters, were pretty likable. Um, yeah, I do kind of like the cop vibe. This is a very different Disney Plus original show than what we've got. This being an action show, like very action heavy. I knew going into it that they would have stuff like that, but I wasn't expecting it to be I wasn't expecting it to be as action heavy, as action packed as it was. But I did like the action um, that we had. It wasn't anything incredible. Just thought it was decent. It was kind of fun. Um, it did like have me engaged. I did really react to it, as you probably saw in the reaction video. So yeah, the action was really engaging, very impactful. Like when there was an explosion, I could feel that explosion. Um, so yeah, the action is pretty decent and well done. So now Scott and Hooch, they're already forming a bond, which they did a similar thing in Big Shot, which is another Disney Plus original show that they did. With I'm not gonna go too much into it, but they had this Coach Corn, who was coming down from a college level to a high school girls level, and he just didn't want to be there. He was like pretty mean to the girls, but then like in the first episode, he was already starting to kind of bond with them, kind of be a good coach, be a better coach. Um, so yeah, it's kind of doing a similar thing like that. I guess that maybe that's kind of like not really what the story is totally about. They're probably gonna focus on something else. But now he's got this dog. He didn't want the dog, but the dog is helping him out with these cases. He read this thing that his father wrote to him, so now he's like, so now he's kind of fine with the dog being there. So over time, he's still gonna have to get used to it, but he's fine with the dog being there for now. So things are fine for now. So yeah, overall, I guess I give this episode. 7 out of 10. It was decent. There was some decent action. I do think that they did like rush the story arc with Turner and Hooch, but I guess maybe they want to focus on some other things. And there's still going to be some more of that. They're still going to have to develop their relationship. Turner's still going to have to get used to it. There's probably going to be some kind of conflict there between them. But I think they're going to focus on something else. So yeah, it left me off on a pretty good cliffhanger. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see where this is going to go next. Yeah, that's it. So, thanks for watching, and subscribe, because I will be doing reactions for episode 2 and coming episodes of Turner and Hooch, and that's it. Thanks.